the biggest year in my bodybuilding career would be met with one of the hardest times in my life. Don't get me wrong, I'm coming to win, and I believe my best is the best in the world. 15 weeks out, I started working with my new coach.
At 15 weeks out, we're 10 weeks out now. For 5 weeks, he's been working with the new coach. And I know who that new coach is. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Muscle Discord. And I'm going to do a quick reaction video to Derek Lunsford, making the announcement here again that he's doing the Arnold Classic Ohio 2025. And I kind of wanted to react to this because we don't often see IFBB pro bodybuilders get this emotional on camera. I haven't seen it very often. We saw it with Samson Dauda. I think it was the day before he was about to go on stage, or maybe it was a week before, but he got emotional. Like, he choked up and he's like, there's a lot of pressure on me. I got to do the Olympia. I got a lot of, people expecting big things from me. And he got emotional, right? He's kind of breaking down basically because from the pressure. And now we have Derek Lunsford announcing again that he's doing the Arnold. He's already talked about doing the Arnold, but this is kind of maybe his official, kind of on his own YouTube channel, making the announcement. And so let's hear him talk here a little bit, then I'll chime in and get my reaction to what's going on here and why he's getting so emotional about doing this next year's Arnold Classic Ohio.
Back to the Olympia, and when I decided to jump into the Arnold and why I'm doing the Arnold Classics. You guys may have seen interviews that I've done. I've talked about doing the Arnold. I want to come back and show that, I am Mr. Olympia. I am number one, the best in the world when I bring it. Obviously, this past Olympia was not my best showing, and I know it. And I know I can bring something a lot better than.
So right there, you can see his motivation is to show the world that he is the best. He still believes that he's the best in the world. He believes he's better than Samson Dauda. When he's at his best, he believes he's the best bodybuilder in the world. And some of you may disagree with that. I partially agree with that. He does have a great physique. Obviously, he's won the Mr. Olympia in 2023. And I've also said this in a previous video I made, that the only reason why Samson Dauda won this year's Mr. Olympia is because Derek was off and Hadi was off. And we also, there was an interview that Nick Walker just did the other day, laying it down the same way, saying, Derek and Hadi left the door open for Samson to walk through it. That's what happened. So I'm not the only one that's seeing it like that. That Samson Dauda kind of got a gift. He was in the right place at the right time, and he improved enough to win the Olympia, but he didn't slam the door shut. Like I said before, he was tied with Hadi Choopan in prejudging. This was no mandate by Samson Dauda. But let's get into the emotional part here. Skip forward a bit, and then we'll react again after that.
I have an incredible grandmother who wants to see me do the Arnold Classic. Because I asked her, I said, what do you think about me doing the Arnold? And she said, I think you can do it. And so when I told her I was committed to doing the Arnold, she said that she was crossing her fingers that I would do it. And she said, promise me that no matter what happens, that that you do the show. Every time I think about it and talk about it, I get emotional. I literally can't help it. I could do this 100 takes and it's going to be the same way. Thankfully, in my life, I've never, well, I won't say never, had to deal with this kind of stuff. You know, a long time ago when I was younger.
So you can see, Derek kind of breaking down there and getting emotional. Obviously, his grandma is going through something, and he's doing this one for her. Maybe before she passes on something. I don't know the full details, but thanks for Derek Lunsford for opening up and being transparent and showing his emotional side. And bodybuilders have they may be on the top sometimes, but sometimes they're dealing with other things in the background. And obviously, this is what Derek Lunsford is dealing with, and he's opening up to the rest of the world about what's happening here, and he's doing it for his grandma, right? And we're gonna see what happens in Ohio. Like I said in my previous video, Derek has a lot to prove, and now Derek's confirming this by saying, "I have a lot to prove. I am the best, and I want to prove that I'm still the best." There's another little clip here I want to play too before we wrap it up here, because I got a little bit more information for you guys. So you got to watch till the end.
I always felt like the biggest year in my bodybuilding career would be met with one of the hardest times in my life. Don't get me wrong, I'm coming to win, and I believe my best is the best in the world when I bring my best, and I expect nothing less than that going into this Arnold. Like I said, we're 10 weeks out right now, but the whole world has probably felt that I wanted to come back and prove something on stage, that like I said, that I am the best, that I have more to bring with my physique. Yes, that's true.
And there it is. So I want to jump into the last part here where I said I have a little bit of information. Let's first off hear from Derek explaining, Hani Rambod retiring and, it being unexpected. That's for sure.
My coach of the last 4 years decided to, step away from coaching and spend more time with his family and his business, EVG Nutrition, of course, you guys all know. So, much respect to that decision, because I think that when you put your health and your family first before anything, you have to respect that, even though, like I said, I didn't expect it. I expected that the rest of my career would be with Hani. We had a lot of great success over the last 4 years together, but it was the best decision for him. But that left me in kind of a predicament.
Yeah, so a little bit of a reaction there. This was unexpected. This wasn't something like Hani said maybe in the beginning of their Olympia prep that, hey, man, this is the last one. No, he got all the way to the end of the prep and then said, hey, you know what, man, we're done. I'm retiring. A little strange, in my opinion, the way kind of Hani went about that. Maybe he didn't want to distract Derek from his Olympia prep by saying, hey, I'm retiring. This is our last prep together. Probably makes sense to do it at the end of it, right? Versus distracting him saying, I'm leaving. This is our last one. I'm going to continue to clip
I wanted
here.
to do the Arnold, but now who am I going to work
Who's he going to work with, guys?
And so from Olympia to the Arnold was, I believe, about 20 weeks apart.
Listen here.
At 15 weeks out, I started working with my new coach.
At 15 weeks out, we're 10 weeks out now. For 5 weeks, he's been working with the new coach. And I know who that new coach is. It's not who you think it is. It's not the Cement Factory or AJ Sims or whoever. It's not that. Okay, it's a legendary coach. Probably some of you have heard about who it is. Okay, it starts with a C and ends with an S. You can probably put those two together. Now, the person that told me, I'm not going to name this person, but there's rumors going around. I'm surprised it hasn't been put out there yet. But he's been working with this legendary coach for 5 weeks already. That's a bit of time. Okay. And especially for Derek Lunsford not to announce who the coach is, maybe it's a little strange that he hasn't made the official announcement of who this coach is that he's been working with for 5 weeks. Guys, leave a comment below. Who do you think the new coach is? I know who it is. I'm going to respect it. I'm not going to be the guy to jump ahead and say, yeah, I know who it is, and say who it is. But you guys, I gave you some hints there. Leave a comment below who you think it is with the hint that I gave. It's a good coach. Let me just tell you that it's a good coach. And it's probably going to help him for the better. And I'm not saying, you guys can figure out who it is. His nutritional coach, not his training coach, his nutritional coach. Okay. First letter starts with a C, last letter ends with an S in his first name. Figure out who it is. So that's my reaction to Derek Lunsford's video here. Emotional video, transparent video of how he feels going into this Arnold Classic 2025 and what it means to him and what's on the line here. Like I said in my other video, everything's on the line. This is the show. He needs to win this Arnold Classic Ohio. He has to win it. If he doesn't, like I said, is he done? I think it's the leading into the part of his career where if he can't beat Samson at the Arnold, then I think it's kind of maybe a downward trajectory from there. Now, can he go to the Pittsburgh Pro, which I think he should do? He should do the Pittsburgh Pro and beat Nick Walker and beat Martin Fitzwater. If he loses the Arnold, if he wins the Arnold, I don't think he should do the Pittsburgh Pro. I think he should shut it down. That's my advice. Nothing left to prove there. And I think he just rest, let his body rest after that. But if he loses the Arnold, he should do the Pittsburgh Pro, beat Nick and Martin, and then obviously do the Olympia and have a little bit of momentum from winning that show at least. He has two kind of strategies that he can work here if he takes my advice. And that could help him continue to maybe still beat Samson Dowd at the 2025 Mr. Olympia. All right, guys, leave a comment below. Let me know who you think Derek's new coach is. Do you think he's going to win the Arnold 2025? Do you think he's going to do the Pittsburgh Pro? Lots of stuff going on here, guys, in this one. All right, I appreciate you guys. Remember to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already done so. All right, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.